Hello, success family. Thank you for watching. Today's video is about loving your job. If you hate your job, these are 5 things you must start doing right now, because your job is the one thing that you must do in life. We must all serve one another because we were born to serve. We were born to make a difference in each other's lives. So if you don't like your job, before you switch jobs, you must do these 5 things, because the common denominator in every job you've ever had is you. I always use myself as a perfect example. I was born and raised in Cameroon, West Africa. I moved to the United States at age 16. I have worked my whole life. I have held so many jobs while going to college. I started out in 1994 when I was 16 at McDonald's. So that's where I had my first job. And I worked at McDonald's while going to community college to get my associate's degree. And after working at McDonald's, I became a nursing assistant. And from there, I became a respiratory therapist, all while trying to finish my prerequisites to get into medical school. So I have held every single job that anyone can possibly know about. So I know what it takes to love your job. And I can say this today because I honestly love my job. It wasn't easy, but I have found out the little steps that you must do, the little things that you must do on a daily basis so that you can fall in love with your job, which is why I'm making this video. If you're new here, consider subscribing so you'll get other videos when I make them each week. First, the number one thing that you must do right now if you don't like your job is know who you are. Yes. Knowing who you are is the pillar, is the foundation for every successful step you will ever take. Knowing who you are will determine who you get married to, will determine the kind of job you have, will determine the friends you have. So, if you don't like your job, take the time to know yourself. And that's because knowing who you are will help you determine what your next job should be, and that's if you should switch jobs. When I first started this process, one of my mentors told me, Alice, when you change, everything around you changes. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. And I was amazed because when I started working on myself, when I figured out that I was the key to my success, my whole life changed. So I'm making this video today because I want you to consider getting to know yourself. I also talk about this in my book. Get to know who you are. Get to know the things you like. Get to know what fuels you from the inside out. And also know what you're passionate about. Most people are unique, but they don't know it. At Success Motivation, we focus on studying successful people. We focus on studying people who are struggling with different areas of their lives so that we can help you become more successful. And one of the things we've found out is that the most successful people in life know who they are. They are very self-aware and have figured out exactly what lights them up. They know what makes them happy. They know that happiness is a state of mind, and that once you take full control and once you live consciously, you can create the best scenarios in your life. So know who you are. Take some quiet time alone to really study yourself. Know what you like, know what you don't like, know what your strengths are, know what your weaknesses are. That's number 1. Number 2, set goals for yourself. The most successful people in life have goals. You must have goals for your job. Why do you get up and go to work every single day? There must be a reason. A paycheck is not enough. If you're only working for a paycheck, life will become boring and you'll become depressed. The paycheck will not make you happy at some point. Change why you work. We encourage people to start seeing your job as your investment. If you don't like your job, seeing your job as an investment will help you figure out a way to transition from your current job to your dream job. But there must be a plan in place, and having a different why will help you come up with a plan for going to work every single day. Number 3, gratitude. Grateful people are successful people. Gratitude will help you become more successful at work. One of the exercises that I did every single day at a job where I was bullied as a physician was that I used to go to work every day and get a piece of paper and write down 5 things I'm grateful about for having that job. Sometimes I would do it with tears running down my eyes, but after writing it, I was super grateful, and I would head to work and see my patients in a different state of mind, because gratitude is what transforms everything about your life. So practicing gratitude on a daily basis, especially writing down what you're grateful about with your job, will make a huge difference in your life. Number 4, the people you surround yourself with will make or break you. Who do you surround yourself with at work? Do you surround yourself with positive people who love their jobs? Or do you surround yourself with negative people who complain and whine about their jobs? Every master was once a student. If you go through the learning process of understanding your environment at work and surrounding yourself with the right people, you will become successful at work. And if you do need to make the transition from one job to the other, you will make it smoothly and not in a dramatic, negative way. A great example is Tony Robbins. We all know Tony Robbins as one of the greatest motivational speakers in the entire world. When Tony Robbins started, he worked for Jim Rohn to help Jim Rohn promote Jim Rohn's business. Tony Robbins started from scratch, and he worked his way, read books, worked on himself, and today he's one of the biggest motivational speakers in the world. But Tony Robbins once held a job. He helped Jim Rohn become a more successful motivational speaker while he was learning what it took to become a motivational speaker, and today he's one of the greatest. He's a huge example of someone who had to have a job and transition from that job to their own company. Surround yourself with greatness. Surround yourself with people who are positive, who have achieved what you like to achieve, and who are heading in the same direction as you. Number 5, have a morning routine. I can't tell you how important this is. I cannot tell you how big of a difference this has made in my life. Having a morning routine that you follow on a daily basis will guarantee that you'll go to work happy every single day. When I first started this process, it was not easy. I love to exercise, so I started with just exercise and then worked my way up to meditating, praying, and reading something positive on a regular basis. But having a morning routine is one of the things that will guarantee that you'll show up to work in a happy state and you'll live a life of intention. The key to a successful life is getting out of autopilot. You must be conscious. You must live life intentionally. And when you have a morning routine, you're setting the stage for how you show up to work. You decide how you show up to work, and if there are any challenges, you're ready to handle them. I remember the days when I used to just get out of bed and go to work, and just about anything would happen, and I would not know how to handle it. And I had to start reading books because I knew there was a better way. I did all of the research, and I realized that people who had morning routines had more productive lives and were much happier and increased their net worth. Having a morning routine is a very good idea. Now, let's recap. Number one, know who you are. You are like a magnet. You attract things to you, not the other way around. Most people go out and try to chase happiness, chase a good job, chase love. No, what we are learning at Success Motivation is that you attract these things to you. So if you don't like your job, start working from the inside out. Know who you are, know what you love, know what lights you up, know what fuels you, and start coming up with habits which help you become more successful. Number two, have a strong why. Change is the only constant thing in life. As human beings, we must grow and change as time goes along. We constantly need a reason to do what we do in order to stay motivated and stay happy. Change your reason why you go to work. Have a strong why, and let that why wake you up every single day. There are days when you will be tired. There are days when you're not going to want to do anything. But if you have a strong why, I guarantee you'll wake up before the alarm clock goes off. Number three, gratitude. We all know that successful people are grateful people. When you're grateful for the little that you have, you will be blessed with more to be grateful for. So I guarantee you, start counting your blessings. When you get to work, sit down and write 5 things that you're grateful for, especially for having your job. And that will make a difference. Number 4, surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with people at work who are grateful about having their jobs. Avoid people who complain. Build a positive thought process. Feed your mind with positive things about your job. Know that the people you hang out with do influence you in one way or the other. So if you want to love your job, surround yourself with people who are positive about their job, who see the potential in their job, even when things are rough. Seek great mentors. I gave you the example of Tony Robbins, who worked for Jim Rohn before he became one of the greatest motivational speakers in the world. And so we all must serve at some point. Either you're working for someone or you have your own business. The important thing is that we're all providing service to one another. So working is not something that we can escape. It's a service that's required of us. So when you learn to serve from a fulfilled place, then you serve happily. Number 5, have a morning routine. Having a morning routine has transformed my life, and I know it will do the same for you too. Many times when we go through things in life, we think we're alone. I want you to know that you're not alone, and the process is not easy. But together we can come up with solutions, and we can help each other become happier and more successful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips will help you start loving your job, and we look forward to seeing you next week on another video. Until then, may all your days be successful days. We love you.